Well, good morning, all of you beautiful ones here in VIP land. This is Sharon D coming to you this morning. Oh, I just said noon, not morning. This is Sharon D coming to you this noon on this beautiful Friday. It is Friday, and we're working towards the end of August. Can you believe it? It's like this year. Where did it go? Where did it go? Anyway, we're here to do a tutorial on the look of the month. Kind of a pre-fall look. Yes, a pre-fall look. So let's get started. There are some things that I already did because, as you know, I try to not get my videos running really long. We have other things to do than sit around looking at videos. So we want to get the information in and out to you as quickly as possible. So here we go. First of all, as I always tell you, ladies, if you're wearing makeup, or even if you're not wearing makeup, you need to have a good skincare routine. Now, I personally, all about the royal jelly. I started using royal jelly in 1992, and it has kept my skin with what I call the 3 H's. That is healthy, hydrated, and happy. So, first thing you're going to do is you will cleanse in the morning, and you will rinse thoroughly. But you know, one of the things that I'm learning is that people have not really learned the proper way to cleanse their face. You start off with cleansing your hands. In the morning, of course, you're not going to need to take off makeup. So you can get right in to cleansing your face, toning your face, if your Pacific cleanser does not have a toner in that composition. And nowadays, some of them do. However, I personally would caution you that if you have oily skin, even if the toner is in your cleanser, I would suggest using a toner. Okay? So then you are going to do what? You are going to look at the special needs products that you want to put on your face, which would be things like anti-aging serums like vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin E. I use also the Royal Jelly Concentrated Lift. That is like a facelift in a bottle. Oh, you will love it. And then, if you're applying eye makeup or not, because if you hung out with me for any time, you know I have said the first place you start seeing age is around your eyes. Eyes has the thinnest skin on our entire face, so it needs that extra love. So I've already applied what I use is the lifting eye treatment. I use this one. It's part of the gold line, and I use that because I can actually feel the tightening. So when you can feel it actually working, it's working, okay? So I'm going to treat my eyes, then I'm going to put a primer on. And we have a couple of ways you can go with primers, depending on what you need to do. I myself need to cover little darkness right in here because as you get older, ladies, don't want to frighten you, but here's the fact. As you get older, you lose collagen. And here is where you're going to start seeing that first. So as the collagen diminishes, you're going to get that darkness because of just not having that lift underneath the skin. Also anemia, all kinds of things. I did actually a whole video on skin discoloration that you can find on my YouTube channel. So depending on what you're wanting to cover, if you want to cover redness, you would go with this kind of a purple tinge if you are going to try to cover a darker colors, you want to go with a yellow. Now we also have it in a palette where you can have the lavender, the green, and the yellow together. And for darker skin, we have the orange, the tan, and the brown. Now the yellow in this, it's actually orange. It's not yellow. It's more for women of color. But just a tip: if your tone is much darker than mine, you're going to want a nice matte red lipstick. Can't beat covering up the darker circles for darker complexions. That matte red. Oh my goodness, it's totally different. Okay, so we've primed. I have already done that, and then I like to set my primer just to make sure. I do not use foundation because, again, if you've hung out with me anytime, you know I'm dealing with tsunami-like hot flashes, and it would just, be on my clothes. So I don't do that. So for me, it's most important that I keep my skin with those 3 H's: healthy, hydrated, and happy. So now let's go ahead and move into the look. I have actually prepared the eyes again with the treatment, with the eye treatment, with whatever color correction that I felt I needed. I had already cleansed, I had moisturized, I had put whatever special needs that I felt I needed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull out my palette, my big old supersized palette. Now, if you guys are looking for me this weekend, this is what you will find. My big old supersized eyeshadow palette, and I have also in blush too. So you might want to check that out. It's going to be lots of fun. But I think I'm going to go with the Mystique, mainly because, and that would be this one right here. I'm going with the Mystique because burgundies seem to be good colors for me. So let's get going with that. So I'm going to take the middle color right here, and I'm going to load up my applicator. I'm going to tap off because I do not want it all over my face. And I am going to, let me see how I can do this. I do it different ways every time, don't I? So I'm going to cover just the lower part of my lid. The lower part of my lid. I'm going to get a little bit more. What do you guys got going on this weekend? As I said, I am celebrating the birthday of my parent company. This is the last weekend that I'm doing that. And the thing is, we're doing find Sharen and her big old supersized gigantic makeup case and play in my makeup. So last week we did that, and I got a lot of feedback from people who are out of state or people who do not live in the Pasadena area. They were not happy. So we have figured out a way for you to participate. Isn't that awesome? Where did my paper towel go? Okay, so this, ladies, is a donut bun thing. You can get it at the dollar store, the 99-cent store. It's made to form your bun, and it's terrific for cleaning off your brush. I have one that I use for dry, and I have one that I use when I'm cleaning wet. Okay, so now I can move to another color. Even though in the process we're going to be blending it, I don't want to mix the colors. I don't want to mix the colors on my eyes, and I don't want to mix the colors in my palette because I want it to stay nice and fresh and friendly looking. So I'm going to go now to the darker color in this trio, and it's called, again, this trio is called Mystique. So I'm going to take this and load it up. Now, I do not have a steady hand, so I find all these little tricks and ways to get around it. I think, did I get something? No, okay. I can't believe I just lost my paper towel. I always have my paper. No, here it is. I have to have my paper towels, ladies. So anyway, here we are. I put the darker color of the Mystique, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little V on the outside. Okay, so again, because I'm not doing I don't have 25-year-old hands. So to compensate for that, I'm steadying my arm on the arm of my chair. And then I'm going to also brace my finger here. So I like to start the furthest in that I would put it. Closer to you. Start on the furthest and work out. I have found when I start on the outside and work in, then I get way too much outside, and then it's harder to blend. It's harder to get it where I want it. So I'm going to do the same on the opposite side. Ladies, brace here. Let me turn this way. Okay. Brace it here and brace my finger. Start inside the furthest I would want it to be, and then work out and work up. Just like in a V, a C, whichever you're working with. Okay? So, this color, I'm also going to take a thinner brush. I'm going to take a thinner brush, and actually I am going to take a little bit of our setting spray and spray on that. So I'm going to take that darker color that I was using there and do a little bit just under the outside of my lower lash. That's called a drop shadow. So I'm going to put a drop shadow under, and I'm not taking it all the way across. I'm just taking it toward the center. And the reason being is that I want my eyes to stay open. I do not want to close them up. So when you do that, when you pull the shadow all the way to the other side, you get more of a closed effect. It makes your eyes look smaller. So I have that on both sides. Now I know you notice I have not blended yet, but we will be blending. We will be blending. So I'm going to take again this brush and squish it around on my dry bun holder. And then I'm going to take the setting spray a little bit, and I'm going to take the lighter color in the Mystique, the lighter color, this one right here. So I'm just going to take actually just a little tiny bit, and I'm going to put that just toward the corner of my eye on the inside, just toward the corner, and kind of just pull it up just a bit. And I'm going to do the same thing on the opposite side. I'm going to take just a little bit and pull it up. Now, as you see, I've just applied it. I've not done the blending. But don't worry, there will be blending going on, ladies. I posted all of these on Sharon's Independent Jaffa Consultant and on Sharon's Spa Arty. As you know, I do not leave them up forever. So you'll be able to go on there and see which one you want. We're getting towards the end of the month. So if there are specials that you want, you're going to have to move quickly. Yes, very quickly. So now what I'm going to do is take a ponytail brush, ponytail, blender, whatever you're going to call it. Again, I like to spray with the setting so that it just stays. And I'm going to now, I have my shadow where I want it in the locations, but now I need to do the serious work of blending it out. So I'm going to start with the lighter color at the center, and I'm just going to blend it in and up, in and up. And I'm going to do the same on the other side before I change to the darker colors. So then now I'm going to keep blending on across and get that blend of that darker color on the outside. And the same thing over here. I'm going to go and blend all the way in. So now whatever is on my brush, I'm just going to kind of go back and forth in the crease here so that it comes up a little ways. So, what do you think? Fall colors or not? It seems that a little dark. I don't know if that's the shadow or if that's... No, it has to be the shadow. Anyway, so we'll take care of that. The thing about making mistakes is you have to learn something from it. So I'm going to take a little bit of the yellow, which is for darker circles, the darker colors. This one. And I'm going to just, really quick trick if you're trying to put, use this finger so you can see, is to look up. That way, it's a big difference. And you can feel it yourself if you close your eye. See, with my finger, open my eye, close it, look up, close it. You can see how it actually changes the direction in which I'm getting things. I'm not quite sure. I almost look like I have a black eye. But it's not. It doesn't seem to be the shadow. Maybe the lighting, ladies. Can never figure that out. Okay, so I've blended that out. And what anytime it doesn't look right, anytime the color's not what you want and you don't want any sharp, edgy lines, you want to just blend. You want to just blend. You want to just blend, blend, blend. Okay, so I had already lined out my eyebrows, but also, let me show you this. I have this dual brow define dual lift, and it comes in two different colors. It has deep brunette with gold shimmer. This is the gold shimmer, And again, I'm always saying if you're putting on pencils, sharpen it before you do so, each and every time, because you do not want to be tugging on your skin. Gravity has its own thing going on, and we do not have to give it a hand. So on the other one, it has medium brunette. So you can kind of see the difference in the color, because actually I'm not sure that I like the darker one on me. I kind of go with the lighter one, but I definitely like the shimmer better than the silver. This one is more on the darker one. On the lighter one, it's more silver, where on this one it is more gold, and I kind of like that one better. So I would put that here. Okay, you can line out your eyebrows, and I do line out sometimes. Not going to do that today. I kind of went with a thinner brow today, just because I'm doing a more bolder color. Okay, so right now I'm going to go ahead and do lining. I am going to do something that's called, oh, hello, Miss Sonia. How are you? Oh, what? Oh, how sweet of you. This lady is something. She has inspired me. I get up very early to hear her podcast. She's a very awesome lady that talks about her journey, being able to have a career and rock several online businesses. So you might want to check her out. I've posted some of them on my husband's ministry page, so you can check that out. But yes, she's awesome. So I'm going to do what's called tight lining, but I'm going to do tight lining for dummies. Okay. So what I do is I go ahead and just slightly pull down on the eyelid and get the inside of what's called your waterline. Now, let me tell you, as you get older, ladies, that part starts showing more predominantly. Again, the loss of collagen. So as you do that, you want to be able to compensate. And I'm going to show you a way to compensate for having more of that kind of light skin showing. So tight lining on the top is way more difficult, and I have not mastered it, but I have a little Sharonizing tricks that I do. And here's one of them, is I actually just kind of close my eye and just roll around on there. See? Yeah, that's how I do it. I've seen nice, beautiful, cute little girls online who actually take it and do that. I can't do it. And again, it's mostly about time. I do not have a lot of time to put makeup on, even though beauty is my business. But honestly, if I had that kind of time, I would use it for something else. So tight lining on the top over here. And what this does is it really just makes your eyelashes look fuller. I'm not running out to get, although I have, and like 20 years ago, to get the eyelash things put on, but I'm not running out doing that. I kind of think that your makeup needs to evolve as you get older to represent how you actually naturally would look. And I don't think that naturally, going on 60, that my eyelashes should be you know, waving to people. So I kind of lightened up on that a lot. So here we go with the mascara. I'm using Lash Maxing, and you can build it out. It's very buildable. You can build it out to however you want it. Now, I'm not, because I did the tight lining, I'm not really going to do a whole lot of work towards thickening, because I did do the top lining, the tight lining. So I'm just going to mainly kind of just run my brush across the top part of my lashes. Again, as I said, I want them to look more the way a woman of 57's eyes would look. Doing the same thing over here is just kind of squishing it back and forth, not anything really heavy. And doesn't take a whole lot of time. And again, you can put as many coats on as you feel you need. You can go all the way to the bottom. If you are wanting thickness, you would start at the bottom and roll it up outside and inside. But I'm just doing just the outside and mainly toward the tips, so that I get a little length, not really getting thickness. I'm using that tight lining technique more for the thickness. So I'm going to do the bottom lines, the bottom lashes here. Try to see how you guys can. I had a cute little see-through mirror that my granddaughter broke recently. I've got to go find it, because it was absolutely perfect for me to sit right on my computer and you guys could see everything I was doing. So, again, I have posted on Sharon's Independent Jaffer Consultant Lipstick Therapy the pages that has the makeup specials, so you can get this look. And the new product that we have out, which is a contour palette, which I'm going to show you now. I'm going to let those dry a little bit and maybe come back and do a little bit more with that. But right now, I don't think I need to. Right now, I'm going to kind of clean up. Okay. So this cute little contour palette, it is so cute. And if you're not a contour person, if you really don't know what to do with contour or how to do it or why to do it, check this out. The back of the box tells you exactly how to use it. A guide to contouring. Everything you need to know. And that is terrific. So I'm going to get this. I'll use this one. This, and I'm just going to put that over the brow. I think I'm going to go with probably the darker color here. Didn't show you the darker color. This one right here. This has pretty much everything, all the colors that you would need to contour. I think with this, and if you had the palette for the color correction, that is all you need. So I'm just going to put a little bit on the brush. I had already outlined my brows with the dual eyeliner brush. So I'm just taking this to go over. Now, because you want to kind of have a little bit of a set and you need to put powder a powder-based product to be able to get that to happen. Get that to happen. Now, okay. Just a little bit over here. Okay. So, as I said, this is a new launch on this product. I am just having a lot of fun with other people's face on that product. Just knowing how to use it is really interesting. And basically with contouring, it's simple. Very simple. Just here, a flash, the world according to Sharen on contouring. You want to, anything you want to minimize, anything you want to bring out, that's what you're going to use. You're going to use a lighter. You're going to go where the light would naturally hit. Like, for instance, if I was going to contour, I would take probably this one right here, to go like a little over my eyes where light would naturally hit. Yeah, I'll just do just a little bit to show you. So where light would naturally hit would be where I would put it. And that's that one. Probably a little bit in here, because that would be where light would naturally hit. Now, if I wanted to darken, thin, pronounce, I would go with the darker, and I would put, like, suck in here and bring it up through there. I'm not going to do like the nose. If you want to thin your nose and anything you want to make look smaller or make come in, you would use the darker colors. Now, I personally kind of dig my ethnic nose. So I don't tend to try to cover that part up. I guess that is the things that happen as you become comfortable with who you are and how God made you. And that is, that's it. I don't necessarily do that. So you would want to blush it out, of course. I'm not going to have it just sitting there. If you want a little bit of sparkler, you go with the lighter, and then, you would use the colors that would kind of give you the effect you want. So you have two darker and lighter to work with. So, and then the ones that I kind of highlighted, you just want to blush it out. Okay. I do put, again, because I cannot do the foundation. I just cannot do it. It would just be a mess. So I do put a little, and I don't seem to have it. Where did it go? I do put a little bit of concealer in the palette here that I showed you. I put a little bit there because I do have those loss of collagen thing going on. That's okay. That's the way it is. Okay. So, and then I just tap it on in. So, that's a pretty quick few minutes. Not going to take you long to do with those three colors in the Mystique Trio palette. Does it covers up so I can be correct on the name? Yes, it's Mystique. So that's what's on my eyes is Mystique. Now, because Because Mystique is pretty bold in terms of the color, I'm going to switch out my favorite color in lipstick. This is our new liquid lipstick, and this is Candy Kiss. That's my color. I just love it. That is my color. So I'm going to not go with my favorite color, and the reason is simple, ladies, because it is a bold color on my eyes, and putting this much bold on my mouth would just be too much of a fight. So I'm going to lighten that up and go to something a little less bright. So I'm going to line. I'm still going to line with the same color. That's probably a little odd, but I'm lining with the reds and berries. I do this X marks the Cupid spot, as you guys know. So I'm going to start here, and I'm going to X across. I'm going to start on the other point and X across. I do that a couple times. And I'm going to take it on around. Again, these are little Sharen eyes tricks that I have learned over the years to maximize time. And actually, I think I won't line the entire lip with that because I don't want it to be really, really bold. I think I will go to a little lighter liner. So I'm going to go a little bit lighter for the nudes and line in the center. This liquid lipstick, it specifically says to line the whole lips. Now, all of lipsticks don't say that, but the liquid ones, they want you to line the whole lip. So I'm actually lining the inside with a color that's more the color of the lipstick that I'm getting ready to put on. So in the matte, liquid matte lipstick, it is Soft Kiss. It probably works about right. Again, because I do not want to fight with the eyes. You want to have one area that is brighter. You're not going to want to have two focal points on your face. So okay, so this is the look of the month. And it is going into fall, the fall lines. That's what it is about. We're heading towards fall. We want to put on the colors. That's my time of the year. Fall is my time of the year. And living in Southern California, I don't get to take advantage of that as much as I did. I have to go to the store and buy some leaves to bring in my house because it's just, I'm from Kansas. I'm used to the orange and the burgundy and the browns and the golds as fall starts coming down the pike. And I truly, even though I've lived here in California since 1984, I still miss the change in colors in the fall. Yes, I do. So I think I will bold out the eye just a little bit with our felt tip liner, just a little bit on the outside, just a little bit on the outside. Let me get them back again. Again, I want to keep my eyes open. As you see, the way I lined underneath, it is not closing it up. And I really should have done this before I put on mascara. But nothing that can't be fixed, right? Nothing at all. So, the trick I told you I was going to show you for your eyes, because of the fact that I told you that as we age and loss of collagen, that more of your eyelid actually shows through. I use a silver. You can use a white, you can use a gold, but I use a silver. And it's just for the purpose of kind of compensating for the fact that you have a little bit more of that color there. See, so it just lightens it up a little bit. And yes, that's a little mole right there. So many times people just see it and stick their fingers in my eye. Like, oh, you've got something there. But anyway, so what do you think, ladies? Am I ready for fall? Am I ready for fall or not? Poof out the hair a little bit. Get a little bit back in place. That's going the wrong direction. Okay, so this is the fall look of the month. The look of the month, which is heading towards fall. It seems like for some reason on this side, this doesn't seem, anyway. So you shared with me as we went from the good, the bad, and the, hopefully not the ugly, but here I am. Thank you guys for hanging in here. And those of you that are on the replay, drop a line and tell me I saw the look. And I will be waiting for your private messages to let me know which ones that you want. You can choose. The special is to include the spray on. I didn't do that, so let me do that. And this stuff is wonderful just in the middle of the day when you want to refresh up. This comes with the compact. I think they are both $15 each. Really good deal. This is the launch price on this because I'm pretty sure it's like $25. So you might want to stock up on that. There's several duo packages on the makeup pages that I posted for you. So check it out. See what hits your fancy. Private message me any questions and you'll love it. Now, there's a couple of things that I talked about. I talked about discoloration of skin. I talked about the use of your eye treatment. I talked about the use of special needs products for specific issues. And all of those things are on the videos on my YouTube channel. So check that out. I will post the link to my YouTube channel. Please, please subscribe, like, and share. Please. Sharing is caring. Give your friends a chance to know about the information and make a comment here. If you're checking out the replay, which I know most of you are, check out the replay. Let me know you were here. As you know, all comments go into the drawing for the week. And catch me tomorrow. We'll be posting how you're going to follow me. You're going to be following links. You're going to click the link. It will take you to my messenger. You'll have a message to tell you where I possibly may be. When you find me on the map, me and my big old supersized, gigantic makeup case, you get to play in my makeup and get awesome special deals. So today is Friday. Looking forward to Saturday and having lots of fun with you guys, finding me as we celebrate 61 years of this company that has changed women's lives, changed women into business people who are able to be at home with their children, put Pampers on the baby, milk in the refrigerator, and even a car in the driveway. Have a great day. Talk to you later. Well, not too much later. Tomorrow. It's on. Have a great day. Thank you, Sonia, for joining me. This is Sharen D, creator of Lipstick Therapy, signing off, letting you know that you holistically can love yourself from the inside out and the outside in. And you deserve it. Bye-bye.